This is Siberia, one of the most amazing regions on our planet. Its vast landscapes have not yet been fully explored and a globally significant region of biodiversity alongside valuable natural resources. Siberia covers more than half of Russia and begins just beyond the Ural Mountains that separate Europe from Asia. This is where the taiga reigns supreme. The unique northern forests are known as the lungs of our planet. One of Siberia's gems is the unique Lake Baikal, designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Russia's fastest flowing rivers can also be found here. Their power and beauty are mesmerizing, and they provide green energy for millions of people. Hydropower is a renewable resource and can help us reduce greenhouse gas emissions, preserving the natural world for future generations. Producing electricity from hydroenergy requires water pressure. Usually a dam is built to create a high-pressure stream of water flowing from a reservoir. A main generator hall is located at the bottom of the dam, where water turbines are connected to electric generators. When the dam's gates open, a powerful stream of water rushes through the penstock tunnels inside the dam. Gravity causes it to drive the turbine blades that rotate and transform gravitational energy into electric power and thus activate the generators. A generator converts the kinetic energy from the rotating blades into electric energy, which is transmitted through a transformer to the power grid. Power travels through the main and distribution grids to reach the end consumer. After the water has passed through the turbine, it returns to the river downstream. Hydroelectricity is used for many purposes, including the production of low-carbon aluminium. Aluminium is the second most commonly used metal after iron. It is the third most common element in the Earth's crust, accounting for 8% of its volume. Until 200 years ago, mankind was unaware of aluminium, as the metal does not occur naturally in its pure form. The high-power method of aluminium production was invented in 1886, and it is still used today. Now, however, it is manufactured on an industrial scale with the use of modern technologies. Let's take a look at how this sought-after metal is produced. The process begins with the mining of bauxite, a rock that contains a large amount of aluminium in the form of hydroxides. The bauxite rock is crushed, dried and ground in mills with a small amount of water. This produces a thick mass. It is then collected in tanks and heated with steam to separate most of the silicon contained in the bauxite. The resulting alumina is sent to an aluminium smelter, where it is poured into special reduction cells, through which an electric current is then passed. This is the most energy-intensive stage of production. It is therefore environmentally important that the energy is green and that the carbon footprint of the finished product is close to zero. The electric current breaks the bond between the aluminium and oxygen atoms, which results in liquid aluminium settling on the bottom of the cell. This is how primary aluminium is made. It will then be cast into ingots of various shapes and sizes. Primary aluminium is processed and used to create a variety of products. Most often it forms the basis of alloys, rolled or extruded products. It is then shipped worldwide or used in the domestic production of aluminium alloys and in various types of products. Due to its ductility and light weight, aluminium is widely used in the automotive packaging, consumer goods and construction industries. For example, the carbon footprint of aluminium car parts is 13% lower than that of similar parts made from other metals. And if low-carbon aluminium is used, this figure can be reduced by another 17%. Importantly, aluminium does not lose its properties when recycled. Almost 75% of all aluminium ever produced is still in use. For example, a typical soft drink can be reproduced as a new product in just 60 days. This is why the packaging industry is increasingly moving away from plastic and opting for low-carbon aluminium. Durable goods such as aluminium smartphones can also be fully recycled. The life and growth of modern cities is highly dependent on aluminium. It is widely used in construction. Aluminium will be the material of choice if green eco-cities are to become a reality. M+ Group is the global leader in low-carbon aluminium production and one of the leading renewable energy producers. The company has a presence on 5 continents, with a strong operations centre in Siberia and about 90,000 employees worldwide. M+ creates raw materials and products that are used in almost every aspect of business and everyday life. The company produces 3.9 million tonnes of aluminium annually and has 15.1 gigawatts of installed hydroelectric capacity at its power plants. Over 98% of the aluminium produced by M+ is made using renewable energy sources. The company is fully self-sufficient when it comes to alumina, and about 80% in terms of bauxite and nepheline. The group aims to vertically integrate and achieve self-sufficiency in resources throughout its production chain. M+ produces about 6% of the world's aluminium and is the #1 producer outside China. Both its largest aluminium smelters and hydroelectric power plants are in Siberia. M+ is the largest independent hydropower producer, with a 39% share of the Siberian energy market. M+ Group has a global presence. The company runs alumina refineries in Ireland, Jamaica, Ukraine, Italy, and Guinea. In addition, M+ Group also owns a 20% stake in an alumina refinery in Australia. In January 2021, M+ Group announced its intention to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050 and to reduce emissions by at least 35% by 2030. These targets embrace the reduction of absolute emissions throughout the entire production chain, including aluminium production, as well as heat and electric generation. These commitments are unprecedented in the global aluminium industry. In order to meet these targets, M+ Group is modernising its facilities and continues to innovate. For example, the company is implementing its new energy programme, which involves a major upgrade and replacement of the main equipment at the largest hydropower plants in Siberia. This should increase energy production using the same volume of water flowing through the plant's turbines. Another objective of the programme is to reduce the environmental impact. In 2020, the programme enabled M+ Group to increase hydroelectric power generation by 1.7 billion kilowatts per hour, which cut greenhouse gas emissions by the equivalent of approximately 2 million tonnes of CO2, due to the partial replacement of electricity generated by thermal power plants. The production of low-carbon aluminium is a special focus for the company. M+ has recently unveiled its inert anode technology that will help to drastically reduce CO2 emissions. Thanks to this innovation, the electrolysis process will emit oxygen instead of carbon dioxide. One reduction cell that uses inert anodes can produce as much oxygen as 70 hectares of forest. M+ makes green aluminium under the Allow brand. The group plays a leading role in the sustainable development of the regions where it operates. The company's projects help preserve ecosystems, promote social dialogue, and improve the living standards of local communities. The company is implementing a comprehensive program to protect Lake Baikal. It includes scientific research, volunteer initiatives, and educational projects. Siberia is not just an area on the map. Siberia is our past, present, and future, our families and our children. In the pursuit of new technologies, economic progress, and the development of infrastructure, we must not forget what kind of world we will leave to future generations. M+ Group, creating the future together.